What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror film review. Today we're going to be talking about the cult classic Jacob's Ladder. Um, it was released by Carl Loco Films, November 2nd, 1990. It was written by Bruce Joel Rubin, produced by Alan Marshall, and directed by Adrian Lin, who's also did the Lolita, the 1997 remake. He's also done like Fatal Attraction, Deep Water, Indecent Proposal, a couple other thrillers like that. This had a box office rating of $26.1 million, so it was a moderate success, I think, at the time when it came out. But yeah, this is an interesting film. This is more of almost like a character study. The horror thriller, there's more thriller aspects than horror aspects in this, I find. But yeah, so Jacob's Ladder. You meet Jacob. You learn his past. He was a Vietnam vet, and he's trying to make it in New York. He's working for the post office. He's recently like divorced or something, and he has a new lover. So, yeah, but things aren't going to plan. He basically has nightmares of the war, and then goes on and starts slowly almost descending into madness. He starts hallucinating weird things, seeing weird creatures, and odd things like that start happening. And he's not sure what to make out of it. And then he goes to the hospital. The doctor's never heard of him, even though he's been going to him for quite some time. His chiropractor believes him, but no one else really does. And he's basically in his own mind and trying to deal with how to deal with it. And so as he goes deeper into the psychological thing, you see more weird stuff happening. Like he goes to a hospital where there's like a lot of mental patients and weird things there. You get like the doctor with like the iconic no eyes, just like a flap of skin where his eyes would be and stuff in that scene, and like the big muscular guy with no legs shaking his head real fast and stuff. And you see weird things like that, and you're not sure what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. You learn that his kid died, and he's trying to reconcile with that. But then, as the story continues, it just twists and twists and twists until you get to the end. Now, this is probably going to be a spoiler, just so you know. So, if you don't want to hear it, turn it off now. But yeah, till the next. But so. We'll continue on now. So after that, you see a couple more random flashbacks, which is kind of confusing at first, but once they show you what has happened, it makes total sense. Because he actually is in the Vietnam still in the hospital bed, and it's him basically, it's a flashback of his life almost before. It's like purgatory. He's like in purgatory basically, and and in the end he basically dies and they just move on, and it's quite the drastic twist, and I kind of enjoyed that. And I've seen this movie before like a long time ago, but I forgot how it ended, and you could sort of make it out eventually, but they do a good job at kind of hiding it, and when it happens it's like, oh, okay, I understand why these are happening, because he doesn't know, because he's not, it's just stuff that's his mind's like putting into his thoughts as he's going through this. But you never really know what it's like when you're in that situation. So it's a neat artistic look at how thoughts might make him think before he goes and stuff. It makes you think a bit, which I like. And that it is a little slow and odd in some scenes. Some scenes don't make much sense in the story. It's kind of put in there for more of like a spooky aspect. But it was neat. And for an early 90s film, I thought it was pretty fun. When he starts visiting like doctors and stuff, there's a lot of dialogue. So and it just meant to confuse you more and more. It's like a mind games it plays with you, which is fun. But some people might not be into that. It might freak people out. I know one of my friend's moms hates this movie because it freaked her out so bad in the theater. She won't watch it. And so it's definitely one of those odd films where it'll play a lot of good mind games. But it's a cult classic for a reason. It is well done, and it just depends on if it's for you or not. You'll either absolutely love it, hate it, or be someone in the middle like I am. So yeah, I'm gonna give Jacob's Ladder a 4 out of 5. It's pretty well done. The acting's really good. Special effects are good. There's a lot of dialogue, but still the characters are pretty well fleshed out. And then some of them at first will be like, you'll get annoyed and frustrated with some of them, but it'll make sense later on. And yeah, but once you sit back and let it sit, everything kind of meshes together, I find. Well, with some people, like I'm a cinephile, I watch movies all the time, so I'm like, I understand that. But with some people, they probably won't. They'll probably find it frustrating and not like it as much. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're going to check this one out. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. So there's a link down below, like always. If it sounds like something you're interested in, you check that out. And also a link down below is my Instagram where I always post clips of films going to be in the future. All my stories have the film title hashtag and the subgenre film and a hashtag so you're aware of it. Yeah. Also is my Letterbox is linked down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. So follow me on one of those two platforms. Stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share some more people over. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. Also, if you have any films or film franchises that you want me to review in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them, I'll review any genre, so don't be scared to put down some other random genre and stuff. And yeah, but that's it for this one. Make sure you subscribe because hopefully find something weird, obscure, and odd that you never thought of checking out. Probably like this one, or so you hear my opinion on classic films and popular films as well. And yeah, make sure you ring that bell because we're going to be talking about another weird horror film coming up, and it's more of like a Stephen King film. It's The Diary of Ellen Rimbauer, which is a prequel to Rose Red, which I'm going to review later on down the road. But this one's in the same video set I have of this, so I'm going to check that one out next because I haven't watched it all the way through yet. So we'll tune in for that for the next review. So make sure you ring that bell so you hear my opinions on that one. And I guess watch out for all those crazy guys out there seeing lizards and going nuts. And I guess I'll see you all in the next one. So until then, cheers.